conversation is that we have not even been able to tackle half of the problem on our hands. Why do you say that, and what do we really need to do to even tackle half of the problem and even go beyond half of the problem?
David, if we look at it this way, then we will be very active in fighting this. Just yesterday, if you look at TV3's interview with the Institute for Environmental and Sanitation Studies, the research they have done, which is confirming heavy and harmful heavy metals found in cassava, contomere, plantain, garden eggs, and pepper harvested from the Etiwa West in the eastern region. They contain high concentrates of lead. From where? From galamsey. And so if anybody thinks that we are heading towards good, no, we are heading towards doom. Now the solution. We have said that when you start mining on water bodies, you are contaminating and poisoning millions of people, because water spreads its tentacles everywhere. Water penetrates, it goes very far, more than you can imagine. It enters into groundwater. Where you dig boreholes, you find traces. It enters into farmland, even as very far from the actual mining itself. And so we have suggested to government, declare a state of emergency, one, not in all over Ghana, in certain areas. One, water bodies. Nobody should be able to mine on a water body. Our laws ban it, violate it. The law says you cannot mine on a water body. If you do that, you can go to prison for 5 to 25 years. It is there, printed boldly. The law also says you cannot mine in settlements, in homes. Because you see, when you mine in homes, you are bringing the poison home. You are poisoning the environment, the place, the very place that people live. And so you spread heavy metals to children, to women, to everybody alike. So you don't mine in homes. So there should be a state of emergency in mining in homes and mining on our water bodies and mining in our reserves. Because when you contaminate the reserves, that is where anybody who wants to farm will go. That is the carbon filter we have. It filters our air. And so all of us depend on it. And we are destroying that with impunity. Why don't we declare the state of emergency in those areas and then get the security agencies to enforce it? That is one. We have to give KPIs to all the district chiefs and metropolitan executives. If illegal mining is found in your jurisdiction, punish them. Either remove them, bring another person, keep removing them. We have also suggested to the IGP that there are policemen and women who have overstayed their welcome in many of the galamsey-prone areas. They have become extremely compromised and are now helping illegal miners to do their trade, and they benefit from nature crimes. Change them. We are happy to say that some of them have been changed. Some of them, they are still there, and they are still perpetrated, especially in the Manso areas. Manso Dubia, to be precise. Many of the officers there have stayed there for years, and they become so compromised. They are on the ground with illegal miners. We have to change them. Again, if we really are serious in fighting this canker, enforcement should be key. The licensing regime is so polarized and so complex, and it's been limited to just one person, the lands minister. No. We should open up the licensing regime so that whoever wants to mine can really go ahead and get a license, and so that the Minerals Commission can do its job, go over to them and supervise to make sure that, one, they are mining at the right place, two, they are not mining close to a water body. The Water Resources Commission can supervise them, and the Environmental Protection Agency can also go around and inspect. We have to strengthen these institutions and make sure they are working. Currently, they are not working.
Erastus, you mentioned KPIs to be given to MMDCs. You mentioned a state of emergency to be declared. That will help. You talked about the licensing regime. You've talked about the police themselves, that we should do some reshuffle, which of course the IGP did a while ago. But how about the traditional leaders or rulers? How about them?
David, I'm at a loss when it comes to the traditional Otumfuo has distilled quite a number of them, but still, many of them are still engaged. I don't know. Maybe we should do we should get people to tell us what can be done, because the police are supposed to arrest chiefs who are involved in this. But we all know that if somebody, a big chief, is doing galamsey, normally the police will overlook. Many of the chiefs are neck deep in this whole mess. What can we do?
What we can do, Erastus, is, for example, if you know some of the names of these chiefs, Otumfuo has given you an open invitation. You can take up the invitation, book an appointment with Otumfuo, share those information with him. I'm sure he will take it up. What do you think?
Well, it's easier said than done. Meeting the king is one thing. I have tried before, and if there will be access, some of us can share that information. But you see, it is not difficult. It's not rocket science to know which chiefs are involved. Everywhere that galamsey is happening across Ashanti region, Eastern region, Western North, and all that, I can boldly stick my neck out and say about 80% of those chiefs are involved. Because, David, you cannot go to Asare and start doing galamsey without the chief giving a nod. If the chief decides that, no, I will not allow galamsey to flourish here, you cannot do galamsey here, David, trust me, you can never hit the ground running. Sometimes some of the chiefs will even go to the extent of slaughtering a ram and invoking the gods on you. And galamseyers believe a lot in this spiritual affairs. When you go to Asare, some of them go to the chiefs to get them to perform rituals for them before they start mining. That is why I'm boldly telling you that if there is galamsey anywhere in the country, about 80% of those chiefs have given their blessing. Other than that, it will not happen. So I think the custodians of these chiefs, the ones who they swear allegiance to, should help us. They should help us. They should bring them to order. If galamsey is found in a particular area, they should be able to invite the chief to answer. Why? If he has no hand in it, why has he not informed the occupant of the golden stool? Or if he is under Ochenhene, why has he not informed him? And what action has been taken?
Erastus, how about the coalition, the media coalition against, galamsey?